What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. She looked me dead in the eyes during this episode and said, "We need a bidet." It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? And I did.
Did you do any research?
I did not, but I've researched it before. You can get these clip-ons. You don't have to get the actual toilet.
No. Come on, we're not royalty over here.
Well, it's also because we are renting an apartment.
Yeah, I think the next renters would appreciate a bidet.
Yeah, well, but I like it. Let's get our anus clean. I'm like that serious.
We have 2 bathrooms, not bragging, but we could do a bidet in one. It could be the bidet bathroom and then just your average bathroom. I don't know how I feel.
But what if we go at the same time? Then who's gonna get the bidet bathroom?
What do you mean? It's all yours.
We're gonna fight over it.
Have you ever used a bidet?
No, but I'm intrigued.
I stayed at a hotel once that had its own like bidet room. So inside the bathroom there was 2 doors. One was a toilet, one was a bidet. I was too scared to use it.
Where were you?
I don't want to give away too much information. Somewhere. It was a fancy Marriott in southern Florida.
Okay.
But it had a bidet and I was terrified. So
you didn't try?
No. What do you?
Oh, you should have. Come on.
I don't know what to expect.
Come on.
I feel like I want to do it for the first time at the comfort of home if I'm gonna do it, but
like you want me to be on the other side of the door?
I want to be able to call out to you if something goes awry and I start flooding the bathroom with who knows what.
Well, you can only do it when your butt is in the hole.
Okay. All right. Spoken like a true expert.
I mean, I Googled.
Okay. If you want, look into it. Look into it.
We'll look into that.
Anything coming up? I guess Christmas, Hanukkah is the next holiday season, but
we can just do it for it. Let's just do something for ourselves.
All right. Well, you can do it for yourself and maybe I'll dabble. I don't know. Anyways, guys, what's going on? Here we are, episode 3. Is this episode 3? Yeah, of the 90-day OG. Mm-hmm. And a couple things we got to ask. We always do before we jump into this thing. You got to follow us on social media. If you're not doing it, what are you doing? What are you following? What accounts are you following? Are they funny? Are they informative? Should we be following them? Do you want to tell us a couple accounts that we should be following? Because we're all ears. We're looking to follow some more accounts. But
absolutely.
One you should be following is at Married to Reality Pod. That's us. We drop memes. You message us. We have a good time. It's a grand old time. We can swap bidet recommendations if you guys have any of those.
Yeah, guys, if any of you have a good bidet, let me know. I'm actually very serious.
I don't want to see necessarily personal photos of your bidet. Definitely not in action. But if you want to send a link, send an Amazon link or something, give us a review. Thank you. We would like to know where we should be looking. Because I feel like there's a whole world of bidets out there.
Oh, for sure.
And you just don't want to buy one willy-nilly. This is a very private thing you're doing.
It is, but I feel like that's how you get the cleanest.
Oh, boy.
Right. I'll leave it at that.
Please do. So follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Social media, also Facebook, right? We're over there. We're doing that. Make sure you're following the podcast too. Okay, that's maybe the most important thing to do is to follow the podcast. It's so easy to do. All you have to do is look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as the night that Emil is waiting for.
Ooh,
Hopefully.
See,
hopefully as hot.
They could jump back in the car and head home, but I think you're wrong. You said they were going to head home. You said there was going to be a back and forth. Emily was going to try to convince Kobe, but you thought at the end of the day they were going to head home. I think they're going to have their bang night.
Well, they will, as we learned. But there is something else that I have to say about this, right?
Okay.
Should I say it now? I'll say it now.
Say it now.
I thought that
you've already said too much.
They're going to have the date night in KC. She booked a hotel. But they didn't. They drove back to Salina and had a date night there.
Do we know it was Salina?
Yes, because she goes like, "Welcome to Salina."
Oh.
And he goes like, "Oh, there are no black people, right?" And she goes like, "Well, that's Salina."
Right. That's right.
Okay, if you are in Salina and you want to have a date night, why don't you swing by the house, you meet the baby, hang out for a little bit, and then go to the hotel and bang it out?
Well, you know why.
Why?
If you introduce a father to its son, And
The
then be like,
babies-
all right, you said hello. You guys hugged. Let's go bang.
No.
That's not going to fly.
Babies go to bed.
And that once the baby goes to bed, then
Yeah,
they head to bed.
I thought they were thinking KC, and that's why I
know.
was judging her a little bit, but I get it. You need some me time with your future spouse you haven't seen in years, literally, right? Mm-hmm. But they went to Salina. Why in the world did you just say hello to the baby goes to bed, you go to the hotel, you have dinner, you bang it out?
Yeah. So close yet so far. Yeah. That's an interesting point. I don't know. I hope it unravels.
I mean, maybe she was trying to see if they have a chemistry without the baby being involved.
that doesn't matter. A baby's involved now. It's no more just the two of them. It's the three of them now. So let's get that party started. Why are we delaying it?
Yes, but I think that she wanted to see, okay, if there was no baby, would this still work?
Yeah. I go back to what I said last episode or the first episode. I think she has some insecurities, right?
Absolutely.
She's got
a
her
lot of
mom
them.
bod, and that's completely understandable. You just gave birth. But she wants to make Kobe feel like nothing's changed. I'm the same. Let's head straight to the shower floor. She wants to pretend nothing's changed. Everything has changed. And that's okay. That's great.
Yeah.
It changed maybe hopefully for the better. Now you're a family.
And yeah.
So quit avoiding it. Go embrace it.
Well, she's aware of all the change. He is aware of all the change. So
But it's not reality until it actually is standing in front of you that, oh, wow, I now have a son. I have a baby mother. I have a fiance, right? Like in his mind, he knows this, but I don't think reality's set in, and it's not going to set in until he's in that home with his child.
I guess.
And she's trying to delay it a little bit.
True. But
We're
we'll talk
going
about it.
too
We'll
deep.
talk about
Okay,
it.
we're
I'm
going
like,
too deep.
wait,
So
what are we doing?
Smash it as hot, or smash it like it's as hot as Emily's hoping. Emily's hoping
yeah.
that Kobe smashes her.
Emily's hopes and dreams.
Something like that. Yeah. So that way you're following the podcast, because here's the big announcement. We made the announcement first on our Below Deck podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't make it yet on this 90-day podcast, but the news is out there, so let's announce it. We're going to be doing a pretty awesome collab, crossover, call it what you will, with our friends Matt and Jake, Maddie and Poodle of the Reality Gaze.
Yes. Shout out to the Reality
Shout out
Gaze.
to the Reality Gaze. We love those guys. And so we're going to do a little crossover action. We're going to jump on their pod. They're going to jump on our pod. It's going to happen relatively soon, okay? I'm not
Yes.
going to give you the exact details, but you guys will know sooner than later
Yes.
when those episodes are going to drop. But you're not going to need to know when they're going to drop if you're following the podcast, because then it's just
Yes.
going to come right to your device.
Great point. Great point, John.
Thank you, Theresa. I thought you wanted to ask.
Oh, no,
oh,
I
okay.
was just giving you some credit for making a great point.
I made a point. All right. Thank you. So follow the podcast. We're looking forward to that crossover. We're super excited. So stay tuned. It's going to be happening very soon.
And
Now Theresa has a point.
I did have a point.
Okay.
Well, I was just gonna say, I know you guys are probably listening on Monday, but today's Sunday.
Yes.
We're recording on Sunday. It's May 1st.
Okay.
May 1st is the Czech Day of Love.
Okay.
It's the Czech Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to drop a little knowledge
What'd you
and say
get me?
nothing. I kissed you underneath a
Our plant that we named Steven.
house plant. Well, the thing is that on May 1st, on the Day of Love,
Yes.
you're supposed to kiss your partner underneath a cherry blossom tree.
Okay.
If you don't have a cherry blossom underneath anything that's blossoming, we don't have that either, but we have Steven.
We have Steven.
So-
he's doing the opposite of blossoming. He's actually dying as we speak.
He's dying very slowly, but he's still green.
Yes.
So we kiss underneath Steven.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna dry. That's the saying. Like you have to kiss the girl, otherwise
like
she's
your
gonna
eggs
dry.
will dry?
Yeah, the whole body, my vagina,
we don't
the eggs.
Steven's drying. Leave the drying to Steven. He's dying. He's drying. It's all.
But yeah, happy May 1st, guys.
May
Happy
1st.
Czech Day of Love.
Is that what it's just like? Czech Day of Love.
Yeah, it's called May 1st.
All right.
It's called May 1st, Time of Love.
Well,
The
happy
Time of Love.
happy belated May 1st.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
think.
right. Happy belated May 1st.
Okay. Last but not least, if you guys haven't left a review, and we know a bunch of you guys have, so thank you for that. If you haven't, if you could take a few seconds and review the podcast, it means the world to us. It helps this podcast grow. It helps it get out there, helps others find the podcast. So please, 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 if you haven't rated or reviewed, if you could do it, it would be amazing. And speaking of reviews, I have one that I'd like to share. This one comes to us from our friend JCATX. Okay, I'm thinking Austin, Texas. Shout out to Austin, Texas. It may not be ATX as in Austin, but
John loves speculating, but I
like
do
to
too.
speculate. So,
hello, JC.
Hello, JC.
XTF.
ATX.
ATX.
Okay, all right. Don't get this one wrong because I'm going to do something different here. This one is titled. I'm a connoisseur, and they're my faves. Okay, and this is going to be a Married to Reality first. I want Teresa to read this review.
Why?
Okay, I'm putting Teresa on the spot. You'll read it, and then you'll find out why.
Oh man, that's long.
It's a long. Thank you, JC.
I love it. I love a long review.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. From Teresa, the first time Teresa's ever read a review on this podcast. Give it a whirl.
Okay, so I cannot pronounce.
Oh boy.
The word.
This is why Teresa doesn't read reviews. What's the word?
I'm a connoisseur.
Connoisseur, yeah.
Connoisseur? What does it mean?
Connoisseur, like an aficionado, an expert, a lover of.
I love it because it sounds like a dinosaur.
There you go. Okay. Connoissaurus X, yeah.
I'm a connoisseur and the...
Oh boy. What?
It doesn't extend.
I know. That's why I read the title.
Oh.
That's why I read the title and I passed it to you. Okay, I'm a connoisseur and they're my faves.
Okay, guys, I'm reading. I'm reading.
I immediately regret this decision.
My sister introduced me to Married to Reality a few months ago and I'm hooked. Sis was right. Jude and Teresa are the best 90-day and maths podcasters in the game.
Shout out, sis. Shout out to the sis, yeah.
That's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. We both still listen to several other recap pods because we're nuts, I guess.
You're not alone, yeah.
But we both click on Married to Reality first every time.
I'm gonna have you read the reviews from now on. This is amazing.
I love it. This is beautiful.
Okay. I don't do vocal intonations like that. This is great.
John and Teresa have great chemistry together. Boop.
Boop.
And they're always clever and insightful about these trash reality shows. Thank you. But what makes them really fun to listen to is their openness about their own relationship. Plus, Teresa's accent is strangely addictive.
Whoa!
Get out of here. Really?
Okay, take it easy. Keep reading.
No, I'm a little blushing. Okay. She could read me a textbook. What?
That's why I'm having you read the review. Okay, it's not a textbook, but hopefully this is good, JC.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Hopefully you're not regretting saying that.
I also hope that your hearing is good.
What do you mean?
because can you imagine me reading a textbook?
Oh, I couldn't, but I'm not the one who wrote it.
No, I would love it.
Is that the end of the review?
No.
Oh.
Keep it up, you two. And thanks again, sis, for the Rico.
Thanks, sis. Thanks, Jay. I feel like JC's sister's name is like Lacey. Because I feel like when you name one person JC, it's Lacey and Stacy. You don't just have a JC.
Really?
Oh, if you got a sister, and I don't know that this person's name is JC. It may be Jen, and their last name could be AC. Who knows? But if her first name is JC, I'm telling you, her sister's name is Stacy or Lacey or Macy. I promise you that. Thank you, JC. What a review.
John knows a lot about sisters.
What a
beautiful, what a beautiful review.
What a beautiful review. Yes, I think I might have you read more. You can give me my phone back now. Thank you. I think you might have to.
Beautiful.
That was fantastic.
I can't believe that you guys actually enjoy this accent of mine.
Yes, I don't know why you think it's so crazy. I don't know that it's addicting, although people have gotten addicted to worse things.
You're used to me, so you cannot judge anymore.
Yeah.
But that really made my day.
Yeah, thank you, JC. Thank you, Teresa, for reading that. And you should put like an audiobook. You should read textbooks, put on an audiobook. JC,
what would it be about?
I don't know. Call in. Tell us what else you want Teresa to read. This could be a new segment called Reading with Teresa. Call in. Let us know what you want Teresa to read, and she'll read it on the pod. It'll be fun. If we ever do a Patreon, it's a Patreon exclusive. Reading
I'm
with
just going
Teresa.
to read random stuff?
Reading
okay.
with Teresa. Yeah. All right. Let's get into this thing. Actually, before we do, how about a little 90-day by the way?
Yes.
All
Do you
right.
want me to read that too or what?
Yeah, if I could just sit here and drink my beer and you could do the pod, that may work out pretty well.
No, I need you.
All right, let me do 90-day by the way. Number 1, and we alluded to it last week, but there was no real confirmation, so we didn't say anything about it. But it looks like now we have a little confirmation. According to In Touch, Memphis and Hamza have officially split.
Yeah, I've seen so much on social media and all over the place that I kind of stopped reading it because I didn't know what to believe, right?
Yeah, this In Touch is pretty reputable, I'd say. That's
Yeah, I saw that too. Well, I have to say it's sad because of the baby.
That's, of course, that's always the saddest part of these splits.
They seem like the couple that break up and get back together like once a month.
That's what I was going to say. So let me get into it a little bit more. The confirmation comes from a post that Memphis put up the other day where she hashtagged it single mom life. Okay, so I think that's her kind of admitting to her being a single mom, so you can assume they've split. And it comes after Memphis deleted all photos of her and Hamza together a couple weeks ago. So you have the deleting of the photos. Now you have hashtag single mom life. They unfollowed each other on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So it's sad. And as you said, the baby obviously comes to mind and you worry about the baby.
That's the sad part.
And we don't know much about the baby because they haven't revealed the gender, although there were a couple photos posted with the face hidden or blurred out where the baby was in a pink onesie. So make of that what you will. We don't know really the gender. We don't know the name. We don't know the birthday. So we don't know much about this baby, but you still care for it, right?
Yeah.
We still think of that baby and go, what is this going to do? But again, they could get back together.
As they may, because they are one of the people that you can tell that
they're dramatic.
Maybe
they're
not
dramatic.
necessarily Hamza. I think it's Memphis and Hamza is just riding the train.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bummer for the baby. If there was no baby involved, I would literally have to say good because I've never seen them as a solid couple.
Well, me neither, because they were together for 3 weeks. You can't build a solid
Well,
foundation.
she talked to him like, I don't know. Like I've never seen the love.
Oh, yeah. It's hard.
There were maybe a few moments like the wedding. Yes, I could see some. So towards the end, I was like, yeah, you know what? I see it. But this whole time they were together. Something was lacking. So I'm not that surprised. And I said that I want to see Hamza in America because he's going to struggle and she's going to struggle with him not being able to do a lot of things that she expects.
Well, he's here. And that's sort of maybe what makes it shady is that like he got here and it seems like within weeks he split, went to Chicago, left Memphis behind. So that kind of raises some red flags.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to shit on neither because we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know if they got into an argument and Memphis ended it or if Hamza had enough and he left her and the baby. Like, we don't know.
I tried to pour through those texts and back and forth between Rabia and Memphis and
I know.
And I couldn't make any sense of it.
No, I know.
So if you guys know what was going on there, let us know. But it's a sad story all around, mostly because of a child being involved. But we'll keep an eye out. Because I would love to see, selfishly, I would love to see Memphis and Hamza on a before the 90 or a 90.
Not before, on the 90. He's in the U.S.
Was it a K1?
Wait.
Was it a K1 that came or was it a spousal?
No, it was spousal.
Yeah.
It was spousal because they got married in Turkey.
Right.
So they
Tunisia?
could be unhappily ever after.
Tunisia,
you're right. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I want to see. I always love to see a foreigner in the States.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're looking at one right now.
It provides plenty of entertainment. Yeah, I'm looking across. Believe me, guys, plenty of entertainment.
Do I provide plenty of entertainment?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All the time.
For me and JC both, and hopefully JC's sister Lacey. Or Stacy. All right, that's by the way number 1. By the way, number 2. We got some Ari and Baby this episode, so I figured let's do a little 90-day by the way Ari edition.
Okay.
She recently announced on Instagram she started an Ethiopian travel and tour business.
Okay. Like, wait.
Yeah.
She's a travel agent?
Well, she partnered with a friend of hers. She has a friend in Ethiopia. And they started Simonland Tours. And what they do is they do customized trips and tours to lesser known destinations in Africa. You've seen these tour groups before, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're long trips. Sometimes you hop on in a van or in a Jeep and you tour it, right? So she started one of these travel companies with her friend. She said it's been a long time dream of hers to start a travel company. She finally made it a reality. So I'm like, that's cool. Let me check this out. I looked on their website. It says this tour group was established in 2014.
Oh.
So 2 thoughts I have. Maybe the business was struggling recently. Maybe it was on the brink of going out of business and she invested. She became a partner. Maybe she put some money into it and becomes a partner. And now it's hers and maybe they rebranded it. Or maybe she's just promoting it and acting as a partner. Maybe it's just a little promotion influencer type thing, but she's there on the site, on the Instagram. So I think she does play somewhat of a role in this company.
Here's a third thought. You ready?
All right, third theory. Come at me.
She started it in 2014 without being famous or anything. And it didn't do well because don't forget she traveled before.
Oh, yeah.
She traveled before she met baby. So she tried, didn't work, but it was established. And now after everything, she's back in the US. I'm sure they saved up some money. They made some money. And she got a little famous. So now it's time to shine again.
I love a third theory. It's a good third theory. Yeah. Guys, check it out yourselves if you want. It's on Instagram at Simonland Tours. That's Simon, S-I-M-E-N, Land Tours, or SimonlandTours.com. Check it out.
You know what? If we ever travel to a country that's like less occupied, maybe not as populated, let's say right? I would consider doing this because I was always like...
We were looking at it when we were going to go to Morocco.
True. But I was always thinking that I can do everything myself, right? I can book plane tickets myself. I can do this. I can do that.
I know what you're about to say.
That I always... And you have to admit that my booking skills are pretty decent considering that I'm not an agent or I don't work in the industry.
Yeah,
right?
You're good.
But I hit a roadblock looking at trying to book our upcoming Euro trip. And so a friend of mine suggested we use a travel agent. And I was like, wait a minute, they're going to just take money from us. Like, I don't need it. I can use Kayak or Expedia. And after hours of struggling to book these flights, I reached out. And it was a great experience.
Found us a deal.
Found us a great deal.
Didn't take any commission from us. No. Apparently the airlines paid her.
And it was amazing. It was quick. And now she's like, if you have an issue, just call us. Like, we're good.
Yeah. And we have a good friend who's a travel agent, and we thought to ourselves, we never said it to her. We thought, how do you make money in a world where everyone just goes to Expedia or Kayak or Priceline or Orbitz? And I get it now.
Absolutely. I get it. And
get it.
The reason why I couldn't find the good deals because we're going to fly different times, different places, blah, blah, blah. But it was really difficult. And this lady made it so simple for us.
Yeah.
Now my mind is wide open to all this.
Yeah.
And I didn't know before. So, I mean, kudos to Ari. Hopefully it works out for her.
Yeah.
I'm less skeptical as I was before because I was like, people can do it themselves nowadays. But hey, good for you, girlfriend.
There you go, girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right.
Try it out.
That is 90 Day, by the way. How about we talk about Sunday night, 90 Day Fiance, season 9, episode 3.
Episode 3. Are you doing my accent?
No, you said this last time. I'm doing the owl, the Tootsie Pop owl.
I still don't know what it is.
Yeah, Missy, our friend Missy, sent the commercial. You didn't watch the commercial?
I did not. I missed it.
You missied it?
I missed
it. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Oh.
A 3. Episode 3. All right. Let's start with Bilal and Shaeeda. Bilal, speaking of owls, Bilal is not as wise as an owl because I think this was just...
Bilal is a moron.
Bilal's a moron. We all know this thing was not good from the start. It hasn't gotten any better. I think it's gotten worse.
He has some deep issues.
Okay, his wardrobe is an issue. Did you see him? He's rocking his Be Grateful t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, he's a walking troll. And even his shirts are word art, which I have a personal problem with. He needs a be honest shirt. Forget be grateful. How about be honest? Can we wear that? Can you rock that, Bilal?
Also, like, I wish instead of spelling out the B, it was a picture of a bee.
Well, now you're just getting picky. I wish it didn't exist at all, no matter how you portray it or spell it. Or
Yeah, but he lives by motivational quotes. Everything is blessed. And be kind and be grateful.
Love
and
is our family.
Honestly, yeah, guys, be grateful and be kind and be loved. But don't put it out there
Yeah.
on a t-shirt.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And he's upset because Shaeeda wasn't grateful, right? Bilal's a little sour because Shaeeda wasn't over the moon about this prank house, about his childhood home.
I'll tell you one thing. And you know me. Well, you do know me.
Yeah, I learn something new about you every day, though. So.
Very true, but you know me pretty well. And you guys know me too because I share a lot. I'm a very chilled and a very easygoing person. I camped, I slept in the forest without a tent. I've done crazy things. I've showered in a freaking river. All kinds of things, right?
Sure.
But if someone brought me to a moldy house where the ceiling's peeling off and told me to be grateful, I would be like, wait a minute. I get it. It's a small house. I understand not everyone can afford mansions, right?
Again,
but there is one thing. Yeah, there is one thing about small house, but there is another thing about a health hazard.
And she never said, "Oh, this is small."
Absolutely.
She never commented on the neighborhood or the size, and we said that last episode. Of course, anyone should be concerned if the ceiling looks like it's gonna collapse on you.
I would be so concerned, and this is coming from someone who's super chilled. I'm surprised she'd even stay there because I don't think I would.
No, but
I think I would have a big issues with that freaking wet peeling ceiling.
I mean, she had nowhere to go, which is also kind of disturbing. Is that it is this control and this power move that Bilal's playing of like, you have nowhere to go. You completely rely on me, and I'm going to put you through this. You have no other option.
I hope he's going to get a lot of shit on this.
Oh, he's already getting it.
I know, but he needs more.
But Shaeeda apologizes, whether she should have or shouldn't have. She apologizes for the way she acted. She says, I was tired from a long flight, and what I said was unkind. So she owns up to it, whether she should have or should not have. She owns up to what she said. And she says, here's the thing. I'm here on a K1. I can't work for a while. You're the sole provider. I look around. I wonder, you can't take care of your house. Can you take care of me?
I loved that she said it.
So smart. That's such a great angle to take because that isn't a gold digging angle. That's just a human angle. Like,
this whole thing is a human angle.
Can we survive? Are we going to be okay? You can't take care of your house. Like, can you take care of us? It was great. I was so happy.
Me too.
She said that.
And yeah, I feel bad for her. You know, if she's coming from a beautiful island and she seemed to be doing her yoga, whatever else, right?
Yeah.
Coming into a place that literally feels unhealthy.
Yeah. I would have reacted the same, if not worse, probably.
Oh, you would lose your shit and leave.
Yeah.
You would open the door. You would be like, nope.
Yeah. So Bilal says, I would never bring you here if I couldn't take care of you. He goes, I'm just big on gratitude. Like, read the shirt. I'm pretty big on gratitude, right?
What a modern.
So they hug it out. Did you see the TVs in that house? I didn't see them last episode, but they're like TVs from the 90s, right? They're the TVs that are boxes.
Yeah.
They're, 24 inches
to have it.
deep. Oh, we had it too. But did they go to a prop house and get these TVs? I doubt there was TVs sitting in a vacant house for 15 years, right?
Or maybe. I mean, what's going on with this house?
It's falling apart. No one's taking care of it. I can't imagine they would leave electronics in there. They took the sink out. You're going to leave electronics in there?
That was the bed. It was all made. Like, there were things that I guess I
think he propped it. I think he went in there and propped it like it was this house that he grew up in and hadn't changed. And
what an idiot.
I'm telling you, he probably spent so much money on this prank. Such a waste of money.
Okay, I love that he calls it a prank.
It's just a lie. I mean,
a big fat lie.
It's a lie,
and I feel bad for Shaeeda, but
it's a lie and it's a test. It's not if anything, it's a lie and it's a test. It's not a prank. But the prank continues. The lie continues because Bilal goes, we're going to go to my mom's house, but I got to leave. I guess he went to work first, right? Leaves Shaeeda behind, and she FaceTimes her mom, Sandra.
And this cracked me up when basically Shaeeda's telling mom what's going on. She was like, you know what? Let me just show you.
Yeah, the words can't even describe what's
And she
happening.
walks her mom around on the phone, and her mom just died laughing.
Yeah, that's
She just
America
died
for you.
laughing. And it's like I laughed so hard because on one hand I was like, if this was my mom would be like, holy shit, that's concerning. You should probably get out of there.
And again,
I don't think my mom would die laughing.
Because Sandra met Bilal in Trinidad and saw the way he carried himself. I think she said, oh, did he rent those suits he was wearing in Trinidad? Like she sees this juxtaposition, this stark contrast between the way he presented himself in Trinidad, right? And so that's why she's just like, what is going on here? She was dying laughing.
She was dying laughing.
Hilarious. But she goes, it's not all about money. Don't rush to judgment. See how he acts. Give him a chance, right? Which is the truth.
Yeah, she kept saying, don't rush the brush now. Don't rush the brush.
Oh.
What does it even mean?
I've never heard that.
She said it like 5 times. Don't
No,
rush
I think
the brush.
I think I heard her say that.
Don't rush the brush.
Don't rush. I like it. Call in if you guys.
Don't rush the brush.
Don't drop the soap. Call in if you guys know it. Don't rush the brush. I like
What
it.
does
Maybe
it
don't.
mean? I'm like trying to figure out. Like, don't. For me, if I had to guess, and this is literally not gonna be correct because it doesn't make sense. But don't rush the brush means like, oh, your apartment is so clean. Don't rush. We can clean it tomorrow. Don't rush the brush. But I don't think that was it.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
John's googling.
Yeah, no, I couldn't find anything. But call and let us know. Don't rush the brush. Okay, so.
Wait and observe. That was not a quote.
Oh, well, but that's true. She's giving good advice, right? You went all this way. Give him a chance.
I mean, you were on the plane for a couple of hours.
He might just be pranking you. What are the odds he's just maybe he's just playing a joke on you, right? You wouldn't want to bail. This could all be a joke.
Okay.
So, okay.
We're going to see mom.
Yes.
Air quotes. Mom.
They get into the van, and even in the van, he's still trying to build onto the prank. He's like, listen to that baby purr. You hear that engine? Ooh, look at that. That's American muscle. That's American muscle right there. Yeah, just let it go. Let the prank go, right? You're about to spill the beans when you turn the corner, so just let it go. Stop lying to her.
And I felt so bad for Shaeeda because she's so nervous meeting his mom.
Yes.
Right?
Right. And
she thinks she's going to meet his mom. All of a sudden, they're driving this nice neighborhood, and she's like, damn, like this is what I expected from Bilal. Wait a minute. If his mom lives here, why does he live there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah,
and I feel like she's like trying to put things together.
Yeah, well, she's not dumb. Yeah, she's like, yeah, the houses, they're getting nicer. Every mile, the house is getting nicer. They're getting nicer. This is where I imagine myself trick-or-treating. This is the type of neighborhood I want to go house to house, get those full-size candy bars in, right? They get to the house, and Shaeeda's like, oh, my God. This is nice. So should I take my shoes off? She asked, should I take my shoes? She would not take her shoes off. On the other hand, she's probably scared to step on a nail or something.
A cockroach.
They go inside, and Bilal goes, welcome to your new home.
Oh, my gosh.
This is where you'll be staying at.
And I'm curious if she thought at the moment, like, okay, am I staying with mom?
Right.
Okay, where is the mom?
Right. Like, dude, where's my mom?
Yeah. So is she thinking, oh, shit, am I living with mom? And I'm actually okay with it.
Wait, is that
this
worse?
house looks nice.
Is that worse? Living with, I mean, everyone else on this season's living with their parents, so it wouldn't be that surprising.
But, so they're starting to show the house, right?
Yeah.
It's so staged. And I'm curious to
I don't think it is. I think that's how he lives. That's what he likes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's so staged that I think that someone once staged it for him and he just learned. Unless he's staging his own houses. Maybe he's good at that. Maybe he's
I don't
selling,
think
staging.
You're acting like our house is a mess. You walk into our house, everything's got its place. Everything.
No, our house is well staged by me.
Yeah. So I don't know why. I am having reactions more towards his decor than that everything is in its own place.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it looks like no one lives there.
No, people like that, Teresa, okay?
Really?
People love the home goods look.
I mean, yes.
Come on.
But like,
Come on. I'm not going to name names.
okay, our house is very clean. I literally just finished cleaning, but it's personalized. Here and there you see something
Sure.
that gives it away that people live here. When you look at Bilal's house,
Right.
I don't see that someone actually lives there.
No, it's
That's
not
what
your,
I'm trying
it's
to
not
say.
your taste, but some people love it. Oh, Shaeeda says, this is an oasis of sophistication.
Mm-hmm.
She loves it. And here's my issue. I mean, I have a ton of issues with what Bilal did, but I think maybe my main issue is he inadvertently made Shaeeda look like a gold digger on national TV. Because if they had just went there first, she would go, oh my God, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Babe, this is great. But now we have this contrast between how she acted when she saw his childhood home and how she's acting now. And it's not a good look for her.
No, but
He made her look like a gold digger.
Yes, but I think a lot of people would act the same way.
100%. I don't think she is a gold digger. She was ready to suck it up, and she said at the end of the last episode, hey, if I got to spend my 90 days here, I'll spend my 90 days here. That's fine. But just to see the transition, to see how excited she got over this materialistic stuff in contrast to how she acted when she was presented with the first house, it doesn't look good. And that's on Bilal, because they could have just gone to the nice house first, and she'd be like, this is great. I love it.
No, he's an idiot. And I'm curious if he's gonna make her watch like a tutorial videos on how to clean the house, because that's what she's gonna be doing.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. She can't work, so she can take care of the
And
house.
she sees all the gifts and she's just like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And I feel bad for her in a way because, I mean, yes, like this whole stupid test is like WTF, dude.
Well, she's aware of it. She says, part of me feels relief,
Yeah.
but the other part, he put me through some twisted hell. This whole test makes it seem like he doesn't trust me. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't trust me.
Until he shows her the yoga closet.
This I thought was nice.
Yes, it was nice.
Okay, this I was like, all right, wow, this is a nice gesture. He took a room, turned it into a yoga studio, framed an article that was written about her when she opened her yoga studio in Trinidad. Like, this was nice, but he looks like the biggest asshole in 90-day history because of one dumb prank, right? First impressions are everything. He gave a terrible first impression. Imagine skipping the first 2 episodes. Imagine if this was episode 1. We would go, this is the sweetest guy ever.
Yes, that's very true.
He took a room. He turned it into a special place just for her. He framed an article. We would go, this is one of the sweetest guys in 90-day history. First impressions are everything. He made a terrible first impression.
Really bad.
He blew it. How do you redeem yourself? I don't know that he can redeem himself. It's going to take a lot because you're always going to go back to, well, he's an asshole who pranked her and didn't trust her and had no faith in her. And that's always going to be in the back of our minds.
Yes, but I think if she lets him slide this whole prank, he might forget. Unless, again, if he becomes like the nicest guy ever, I think we'll forget. Not forget fully, but we'll be like...
we forget a lot of other stuff.
You remember when he was an asshole? Oh, yeah, but he made up for it. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to do something else. It's just going to be ridiculous.
No,
and we'll
you're
be
right.
like, what an ass.
If you
Keeps going.
If you have the personality that's going to lead you to do this in the first place, you're probably going to do something stupid next week. You don't just do one stupid thing in your life and never again. This is going to be a pattern, I think. All right. Should we go to our next couple?
Let's go to Eve and Mohamed.
Woo.
And we learned something I knew, or I thought. Her name is Yvette.
Yeah, I could have guessed that, the way it's spelled.
I mean, me too, but Eve...
When did we
Yvette.
learn this?
Mohamed calls her Yvette.
I like it. Okay, because it's motherly, right? He's not gonna
motherly.
call her Eve. That's too young in him. I'm gonna
That's
call
too
you Mama Yvette. So she's prepping for Mohamed's arrival. He's in the air on the way to Albuquerque. She goes rose petals on the bed.
Yeah, why not?
Rose petals on the bed.
I think it's cheesy, but I
think it's incredible.
guys, don't even
especially
listen to me.
for a man.
Why not?
And it's, if you did
I
that
would
for
never
me.
do it. I think it's super cheesy, but I find a lot of things cheesy, guys. So don't even listen. But I mean, why not?
Here's what would have turned him on. If she laid out his clothes on the bed like a real mom, right? They would have gone to Pound Town that night. Forget rose petals.
Oh, I mean, I
Put on my school uniform.
Is this how? Do I look like your mom?
You don't put my clothes out.
Well, I put your clothes in the closet.
Yes, thank you for that, by the way. You finish the task. You do the laundry and you put the clothes away.
Well,
you
because you
task.
used to do it and then you just didn't follow my system, even after I made a video for you.
You hated the way I folded my clothes, so you
Yes.
took over.
And I made a video for you, a tutorial, and you're not following.
Yes, one time I was away for work and she sent me a video at like midnight. She had clearly been drinking. And she folded all of my clothes and put it in different areas of the closet with sticky notes on it that said like sleep shirts, workout clothes,
But don't you love it?
nice t-shirts, hangout t-shirts.
Don't you love it? It's a great system.
good system.
And it's also color coded.
It's a good system. Okay.
You're welcome.
Back to Yvette. Back to Eve. She gets to the airport. Did you notice she was showing a lot of arm, by the way, for someone who's like, I'm going to throw out all of my...
I didn't, but I saw that the dress had a cleavage, but she
It was
covered it.
I noticed that. Cleavage was covered. The arm not only was like a short sleeve that was up to the shoulders, there was a slit in the sleeve, so you could see even more.
I think that's fine. The arms are fine.
I thought she said
no?
it can't show arm, can't show leg.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I don't know.
She gets to the airport. She has roses in her hand and waits there for a second. Mohamed appears.
And we meet Mohamed.
25. We already said this. I think 25 from Egypt.
Alexandria, Egypt.
A very affectionate embrace.
Yes. But he also says it right away like, oh, in Egypt, I could never be this affectionate, but this is the first taste of freedom.
He's like this. I thought, oh, did he say first taste?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wrote down first test of freedom. And I was like, that's interesting. He's testing how much freedom he has.
I thought you said first taste.
No, that makes way more sense. But isn't it interesting that last episode, Eve is throwing out her clothes, saying she's not going to drink anymore. And now this episode, she's got no shame making out with the man in public, showing her arms off.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm team do what makes you happy. Have a conversation if you want to decide what the ground rules are going to be.
No, totally. And I know we had our heated discussion last time.
Oh, yeah, you guys wrote in.
You guys wrote in.
You're like, we know a good divorce lawyer if you need one.
Just to make it clear, that's not us fighting. That's us discussing. What's the word?
Debating.
Debating.
Yes.
We debate each other. So no, we do not need couple counseling.
No.
We good.
That was fun.
This is literally us. This is how we have fun once in a while. But but I kind of have to take your side now.
Thank you.
Because I was thinking about it and then I watched this episode and yes.
But I take your side too.
Well, yeah. So
have a
that's what I'm saying.
discussion. Have a
That's
discussion.
what I'm saying. There has to be a middle ground. And all I'm going to say about it is like, if he wants her to cover certain parts of her body, she's okay with it. That's fine. But there must be a middle ground. There must be a way for her to still have fun and do something she was used to. Not to give up everything, right?
Of course. There's the 2 C's. We talked about the 4 C's on our maths podcast with the diamonds.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Here's my 2 C's. Here's John's 2 C's for a healthy relationship.
Okay.
Communication and compromise.
True.
That's it. That's really all it takes. I think.
And copulation.
Copulation?
Isn't it sex? Isn't it fancy word for sex?
Oh, I don't know when I'm turned on here and you say that. How about you, JC? Listen to her say that word. Copulation. I have to look up what copulation means.
I think it's a fancy word for
Copulate.
sex.
Whoa! Look
It
at
is,
you.
right? So 3
The
C's.
3 C's. Communication. Compromise.
And copulation.
Copulation. I like it.
Look at me.
Look at us. We should write a book.
And then I'll read it.
And then you'll read it. Full circle.
It's an audiobook.
Full circle. Mohammed's English is pretty good. His English is pretty good.
It is. He needs to speed up a bit.
My note was he speaks very slow and
Very slow.
and high pitched.
Does he?
Oh, yes. He was always like, oh my God.
But
Oh my God.
he is Tim Jr.
Mm.
And wait, I saw a great meme. I forgot who posted it, but it was mixed of Tim and someone else. And I was like,
Yes.
that's freaking spot on.
Yes. Who would it? Oh, Tim and Andre.
Yes.
Yes, because the hair.
Yes, but
slicked back.
he's definitely more Tim.
A little Timish,
Look
yeah.
like very Timish.
Yeah. So they meet. Eve reverts to this childish behavior. She's giggling. Oh my God, you're here. It's you. It's like, you guys have known each other in person for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I get it's been a couple of years since you've talked and whatnot, but this reaction to me was so childish.
So wait, so when she went there and banged him, he was just 23.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And how old was she?
Well, isn't she 45?
No, I think she's 48.
So she was 46.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay. So driving home and Mohamed's talking about all the things he left behind, the sacrifices he had to make, all the things his mom used to do that now Eve is going to have to do, right?
He's like, I almost needed a consultation.
What? Is that the fourth C?
No. He meant to say that he almost needed a therapist because he was going crazy.
Right.
But he said a consultation instead.
Yes. They get home. Mohamed was admiring the plants, right? Was he checking out the plants? And then tell me this. Does Eve have a childhood picture of Mohamed on her counter?
No, I think it's from 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Stop it. Stop. It was not Mohamed and Eve. I think it was a baby photo of Mohamed and his mom. I'm being serious.
Maybe it was Eve and her child.
No, she was like, look at this is your photo, a photo of you or something. We have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure it was like a childhood photo of Mohamed. Wow. Maybe it was Mohamed and her.
I don't know. But
I need to go back. I'm not even trying to make a joke. Wow, I need to go back and look. Okay, so then Eve takes Mohamed into the bedroom for the surprise, the rose petals. And this is where he's getting real high pitched. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God. But it's slow. Oh my God.
He also said that in his mind, they are married. So it's okay. He's going to live in her house and sleep in her bed. And he hopes God will understand.
Yeah, that's mind over matter, right? That's telling yourself, it's okay that we do. It's okay. It's all right. You're convincing yourself, we can do this, right? This is okay. We're married.
But he's loving the house, and on the bed, there's a surprise. I think it was a wedding band that he's gonna use, right?
It was
shaped as a crown because he's a king.
It was a ring shaped as a crown, yeah, which is cool, I guess.
Doesn't one of your friends have a ring a ring shaped as a crown?
It was a Claddagh ring.
But it looked like a crown.
Sort of, yeah. If you guys aren't familiar, it's an Irish ring. He's of Irish descent. Yeah, and he had instead of wearing a wedding ring, he wore a Claddagh ring. He doesn't wear any ring now, guys.
No, should happen. Should happen.
Yeah. So he's got the ring. Mohamed says, "My perfect woman in my imagination is where a woman will love me like my mother. Someone prepares everything for you to make your life easier." Thoughts? Concerns?
I mean, it should be mutual. I think I help you and I make your life easier by things I do, but I think it goes both ways.
That was going to be my other intro, actually. Was like, wife and co-host. Turns out she might be my mother because she takes care of everything and makes my life easier.
Yes, but also like, I do take care of a lot of things. You do too, or I just make you list and you take care of things.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely on top of everything. But it's my personality. But bottom line is that we both take care of our shit and our shit together. You don't expect
and then our
me to...
our new bidet is really going to take care of our shit for us.
I hope so. I'm very excited.
Yes.
But you don't expect me to do everything.
No, and it's weird because so many people go, oh, I'm looking for someone like my mother, right? Like a lot of people say that, at least they have in the past. It's sort of been a thing. Oh, I'm looking for someone like my mother. The way he says it comes across like he wants to bang his mother.
I know.
Which is why it's
a little gross.
Off-putting.
But yeah, that's what people say. People say girls marry a guy like their fathers, and guys marry girls like their mothers. Which I don't think.
Now that you're just singing a John Mayer song, I think you're singing Daughters.
But I can see some traits. Like, let's say John is a musician, my dad is a musician, right?
Yeah.
They're both very tall. They both have dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
However, and as much as I love my father, their personalities are very different, and I love it because John is more easygoing than my dad. My dad, and as much as I love him, he can get very into his head and get a little annoyed over stupid things, and I don't like it.
I can too.
Yeah, but it's not as bad. You still talk to me like you would not shut down. My dad shuts down, right?
Yeah.
So I see a few things you guys have in common, but it's not like I married my dad.
I think I realized why it's creepy.
Why?
Because of the age difference. Right? It's if he was marrying how old is he?
25.
If he was marrying a 25-year-old and was like, I'm looking for someone like my mom, and she's 25, okay, cool. You're talking about qualities.
Yeah, but I would still be like, oh, like you cannot just expect the girl to do all that.
But it's creepy because he's literally marrying someone who could be his mom.
She could literally be his
yes,
mom.
Age. I think that's why it comes across.
You're right.
As strange.
You're right. Do I remind you of your mom?
No, you guys have definitely have similar characteristics.
Yeah.
Like you guys are
your mom is
hardworking and you guys deal with a lot of, you guys put up with us men.
And I love when like you and your dad.
You guys are caretakers to the nth degree.
I just love when you and your dad debate and me and your mom are just like speaking another wine. Just like dying laughing because it's ridiculous.
If you thought Teresa and I debated hard last episode, come to any family dinner. Come to any family dinner. Listen to my dad and I talk about anything.
You would think that they're gonna like jump each other.
But it's a mental exercise.
Yeah.
I take points of view I don't even believe in sometimes just to figure out the argument. It helps you learn.
One of the best arguments you have with your dad was when you were trying to make him but when you were telling him Alexa is not bad, like if you're afraid that Alexa listens to you, you have a smartphone, right?
Yeah.
This whole argument, they were like debating. The next day we come downstairs and your dad is like, Alexa, what's the weather like?
I won that one.
He's like totally hooked.
I won that one. Yeah. Okay. Here's the other concern I have with the whole I need a mom thing is that Eve is a mom to a son, right? Who does need extra special care. So the fact that Mohamed is going to think, oh, she's got all this time and attention and love and care to treat me like a son, that's going to go first to Theron, right?
Well, this is what I'm afraid. I'm afraid that he'll understand that Theron needs more care, but he cannot be his dad, but he'll be someone that Theron can rely on, right?
Yeah.
Not to be fighting over, okay, mom is hanging out with me. My fiance is hanging out with me today, right? Not to fight over her attention.
But I could be wrong. I have a feeling Eve is going to want a partner, not a second child.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm afraid she got a second child.
I think she got a second child. And again, maybe Mohamed's command of the English language isn't the best. And so he's saying, I want a mother, and he's dating or engaged to a 48-year-old. And so it's coming across like he does want a mother. Maybe no. Maybe he's just saying, I want someone who has some characteristics of my mom. Let me
ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think this relationship is real, or is he just trying to be like the OG Mohamed and just basically come to the US?
I actually think this is real.
I do too. But I think if anything's going to ruin this relationship, it's going to be him not accepting her son. I think it's going to be him having a hard time dealing with the attention she needs to give to the child and all that.
Yeah. I hope not.
I hope not
we
too,
we
but-
hope every relationship
Yeah.
works out. But yeah, I think that's sort of the dynamic that's being set up here is I'm this needy Mohamed who needs a mother, but it's like, well, no, she's a mother to an actual son who is
Yeah.
going to get attention. So yeah, one last thing Mohamed said was, if Eve doesn't sacrifice for me, it may ruin our relationship. I think he's starting to count points of I gave up this, I gave up that. What have you done for me? It's become a competition. I've sacrificed this. What have you sacrificed?
And I think it's because of the bode.
That's
Like
strike one.
he said, I love my family, I love my friends, I came here, and you didn't even install the bode.
Yeah, not a good start. All right.
Not a good start. Okay.
Let's take a quick break. Let's do a little bidet research during our break. And when we come back, we will talk about our remaining couples. It's going to get juicy. All right. We'll be back in a second. Guess who's back? Back again.
Hello, Jonathan.
Ari's back. Tell a friend. Hello, Teresa. She gets so mad when I don't say hello.
We
at this-
always greet each other.
I know, but when I have a nice intro, I want to use it. Teresa.
And also, you gotta greet your wife.
Okay, hello, Teresa.
Hello, Jonathan.
Shall we talk about our returning couple,
Ari and Baby.
Ari and Baby? We are.
Did you realize that no one calls him Baby but us?
Who?
Everyone calls him Bini.
Yeah, I'm not going to change.
Me neither.
Baby.
Baby.
If I'm
Okay.
going to change any name, I will call Borean Florian because he's earned it.
He did.
He's earned it.
He earned it.
Baby is still a baby, so I will call him Baby.
All right, so we see Ari and Baby walking around. Baby's visa got approved.
We're in Ethiopia. we should
Ethiopia.
say. Yeah.
Woot woot. Get approved. And they are moving to the US in 3 days, right?
Yes.
This is the current. And then we see all the throwback, right?
Yeah.
A little intro about Ari, a little intro about Bini. Okay, Baby, we know it all, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the throwback was basically a slideshow made out of the videos?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just play the video? It was like boo boo boo.
Right. It was like
photo,
some
photo,
new
photo. I was
plugin
like,
iMovie
yeah.
had.
So that's what we saw. And what we learned is that Ari left with Bini
Yeah.
to Ethiopia because first she didn't want to go. She ended up going. And they've been in Ethiopia for a few months now.
Yes. Can I do a little outfits the segment? Mm-hmm. Got to shout out Ari's outfit here because not that I like it. This is something you would wear. Did you notice she was wearing like a more traditional Ethiopian dress and then over it was a leather jacket?
I did. I don't like her leather jacket, but
Ooh, really? I feel like it's like yours.
no, it's about the style. I'm telling you, there are leather jackets that I wouldn't put on.
Oh, wow.
It gotta fit you right?
Okay.
But yeah, I saw that outfit. I was like, I would drop the jacket. Either rock the Ethiopian, right?
Yeah.
Or just rock your jacket.
You know, we were at a wedding a weekend ago and you were wearing like a nice dress and then you had this leather jacket over it.
And I looked fabulous.
I'm just saying you were mixing styles. You were mixing levels
Yeah,
of
but-
formality.
But my jacket fit.
Okay. All right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Okay. So, yes, they've been in Ethiopia for a few months now. Things aren't great, but they're getting better. Mm-hmm. Right? Baby says, we fight a lot, but we're grown up. I want to start this new life together. And Ari's like, I don't know if 90 days is enough time to work on our issues. If the old Bini comes back, the partying, the going clubbing, then I don't know if we're going to survive. So we're setting up. There's still this turmoil. Mm-hmm. They're going to try to make it work. They're going to try to make it work in the States, but it's not rainbows and butterflies just yet.
No, and okay. I'm about to do money the segment.
Ooh, it's a new segment.
I'm just gonna kind of weave it in,
Money,
right?
money, money, money. I feel like we need a theme song for Money the segment. Money. Yeah.
I like that song.
Do you know it, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
All right, so Mimi, the nanny, is there. They are living in a hotel.
Yes.
Just keep it in mind. They're living in a hotel. It's been several months that Janice and Fred are paying for, right?
Whoa, we're not changing Janice's name.
Oh, Janice. Janice and Fred are paying for, right?
Yes.
When they moved to the US, Janice and Fred rented an apartment for them in the same complex they're living in. They're gonna be paying for. What? How much money do they make?
Cardiologist in Princeton, New Jersey. He's got his own practice. He's doing very well.
I thought he had a house, but maybe they had to sell the house because they have to take care of.
Here's my thought though, because they are staying at a hotel, but then they cut to baby at the studio. Mm-hmm. Didn't they turn their apartment into a studio? So do they still have the apartment and it's just a studio now?
No,
they're living in a hotel.
They're not renting the house anymore. Where was the studio?
Didn't baby turn their apartment or house into a studio?
Maybe maybe you bring 2 speakers there and the mixing board and you call it the studio.
No, that looked like a full built out studio, and that was the whole issue I thought with Ari. Like, oh, he's having girls over to our house because it's a studio.
I don't know.
For some reason, I'm like, I think they still have the house and it's a studio, and now they live in a hotel. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Well, we saw the studio from the outside. It wasn't the house. It was a different. It was a tiny house.
Okay. All right. So Ari FaceTimes Janice.
Yes, and that's where we learned that they're gonna pay for everything. And correct me if I'm wrong. She has siblings.
Yeah, she's got a sister at least.
If I'm the only child, so I can't really judge. But if I had a sister who would be living off of my parents like this with her husband or her fiance and a baby for this long time, I would be pissed. Because I would be pissed, not even like, oh, you're not giving the money to me, you're giving it to my sister. I would be pissed because of her not being able to take care of herself eventually. I understand helping out. Yeah. Helping out is great. But to be paying for everything for this long, I would be so pissed.
I could be wrong. I usually am. But I think Ari and baby, they have a source of income. They're on 90 Day. This is their 3rd season they've been on, at least. Mm-hmm. They're definitely making a decent paycheck. Now she's got this travel business. There's money, but Fred and Janice seem like the type of parents who would see the living situation or see the apartment they could afford and go, we don't want our grandson living there. We're going to pay to get you into a nicer place. So I almost see it as Fred and Janice going, you know what? Let us take care of this. I don't think it's Ari going to mom and dad and going, Mommy, Dad, can you please pay? I think they're volunteering.
Yeah, but she's not saying no.
Well, I could see Fred and Janice not taking no for an answer, because we saw when they came to Ethiopia, Janice was like, you're not going to live here. Are you going to live here? We're going to find you something better.
True.
And so you don't necessarily turn that down. Sometimes you can't turn it down. And they moved them into their apartment complex or their condo complex. And I think that's also a little bit like, I want to be close to my grandson. I want to be able to walk over and see my grandson every day.
It is, but I'm sure if they rented them they have a 2-bedroom somewhere else, might be a little cheaper and they can get their life going, right? But yeah, they're going all out.
Yeah. Hey, good for Ari and baby.
Well, good. Absolutely. I mean, if more of these people have parents like them.
Everyone's living with their parents this season, I'm telling you.
Very true.
Right? Jibri and
Mohamed.
Miona. Mohamed's living with his mom. Emily, right? Mm-hmm. We haven't met. I forget the other guy's name, but there's a lot of people living with their parents. Okay, so nighttime, baby's at the studio with his friends, Nati and Tazfish, and he hasn't told them that he's leaving for America just yet.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Tazfish an interesting name? It's like, Taz.
I like it. Tazfish. Yeah. So
I did too.
Oh, he sits down to tell them what's going on, and he's like, it's a good news, bad news situation we're dealing with. Ari wants to start new, refresh. So I'm going to America in 3 days.
Did you hear? So he starts speaking in English and then he switches into Ethiopian, which I was like, yeah, the friends probably don't speak English. And then, I don't know if it was Natty or Tazfish, speak fluent English. Well, it was the guy with the glasses. He was like, I don't understand fully why he's doing it because I've been around and this relationship does not scream like it's gonna last. Like he started using nice, well-written English. Yeah. And I was thinking like, wait a minute, they all speak English. Why are you killing us with the subtitles?
Ethiopian is not the language. I think it's Amharic.
Is it?
I remember,
okay.
yeah, we learned it when we saw him. But yes, he's bilingual. Good for him.
Absolutely, but speak English, all of you.
We just hate
It's
it.
really tough
to take
read the
notes.
subtitles.
It's really hard to take notes and read the screen at the same time. Yeah. So they're surprised to hear this news. And his friends are like, well, you guys don't even have a good relationship. So that makes us a little bit nervous. And his friends ask, are you guys doing this for Ari or are you doing it for Avi? And Baby says, Avi is a gift from God. I don't want him far from me. Even if I didn't love Ari, I would go. And I'm like, oh, geez. But he quickly says, we do love each other. And hopefully good things will happen when we move to the States.
Yes, I missed that part, so I was kind of mad at him, but I'm glad he said it.
Yeah. He kind of set it up like, oh, really? But no, he goes, we love each other. So hopefully good things happen. And he feels like if I don't go and I don't fight, I'm going to lose my family once again. We know that sad story, Sadness, the segment where he lost custody or even contact with his first child. And he doesn't want that to happen again. And we learn Baby's friends aren't the only ones that don't know he's leaving.
He didn't tell his sisters.
He didn't tell his family. He didn't tell anyone. But he's got a plan. He's going to premiere the Dancey Dancey. And they didn't even say music video. They're like, we're going to premiere this video clip, right? We couldn't edit the whole thing.
Dancey Dancey.
We're going to premiere this video clip. And once everyone's fired up and happy and dancing, I'll hit them with the news. Okay, you build them up, you break them down. That's the plan. So it's a new night. It's the last night in Ethiopia.
It's the Dancey Dancey reveal party.
Yes, it was the premiere party for the video clip, and he's scared to tell them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ari knows he should have done it sooner. I feel like Ari would be the one who's scared to tell, because I feel like Ari would be nervous that he would be convinced not to go. But Ari's the one saying, yeah, you should have done it sooner.
Yeah, I don't think Ari cares.
Yeah, Ari's going to do what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Baby's the one who is scared. I don't know. I guess I know why. You're saying I'm leaving you guys behind. But either way, he didn't do it. Now's the time. They get to this venue. And here's what I think, if we want to be honest.
Okay.
A little honesty this segment. I think this is all scripted. I think what we saw, what was portrayed as a music video premiere.
The Dancey Dancey.
Yeah, I think it was actually a going away party. But they didn't want to just throw a going away party and film that. So they were like, we'll do a music video premiere and we'll pretend this is where you're telling everyone you're leaving. I think it was a going away party.
Because like the Dancey Dancey music video, he was like
5 seconds.
It was like 5 seconds, and he was like, it was like taking on a phone while he's dancing on the street.
To me, remember The Office? In The Office, when they shot the commercial and they went to the bar to air the commercial, but it wasn't the one Michael Scott shot, so they put in that one. And they're just watching it at a bar. I'm like, this is exactly what that is. They went to a bar to hang out, and they threw this on the TV. This wasn't a premiere of anything. This was a going away party.
The music video is called the Dancey Dancey, but this was not a Dancey Dancey party. Besides that couple of seconds they all danced. It was an awkward party. And Ari kind of danced. That was it. There was no music playing afterwards. It was just quiet.
Yeah. So the video plays. Pop some champagne. Baby's like, my plan is working. Everyone's happy. Now it's time to tell them. And so Baby stands there and he goes, I want to say something, especially for my family. First off, I'm sorry, but there's something I haven't told you. I got an American visa and I'm flying out tomorrow to move there. Whoa. Okay. Which is like, how can you tell us today during the Dancey Dancey music video premiere? You chose on all days, out of all days, the music video premiere, really?
Also a good promotion for Dancey Dancey.
Great promotion. Great promotion. And Baby's like, well, things are better. They're not like before. It's good. I'm going. And Mimi's like, don't pretend. You're not happy. And Baby's sisters think Ari's a control freak. And he's just doing this because she's making him do this, right? And here's where I go, this doesn't make sense to me. Because the whole storyline last season was that Baby's sisters were scared Ari would take the baby away from Baby, right?
Good point.
So why are you now upset that he's going with his wife and child to America? Shouldn't you be happy? Oh, you guys are going as one big family. The whole issue before was that she's going to take the kid away from you.
No, they're just trying to find issues where there are no issues.
Yes.
But this escalated very fast because Ari stepped in saying, I have nothing to do with this. That's not my fault. I told Baby. He should have told you earlier.
Well, you're our family. You should tell us.
So they turned it against her. And that's why I was like, come on. Like, yes, you are a family, right? But you don't have a great relationship. But you are his sisters.
Yeah.
Like, I would, let's say, if it was something you and I wanted to tell your sister, I would never skip ahead and be like, oh, hey, Rachel, by the way, John is going to tell you this, but shh. Like,
it's not really your place.
Yeah, I would
tell.
always let you tell her, and then I would be sitting there with you, be like, yeah, like, sorry about that.
And that's why I think this whole thing is fabricated, and I think it was a going away party, and I think this whole thing was scripted. And that's fine. It doesn't spoil it for me because I'm still excited to see Baby in America. I think that stuff's going to be legit. But I think this whole setup for the goodbye was too fake and manipulated.
In a way, yeah. Now I can see it now when you're saying. I just thought it was a really bad party.
It was a
like,
terrible party.
If it's a music video release party, it sucked.
It was a terrible party.
It was so bad. It was a terrible party regardless because there was no music.
Well, it ends. It ends with Ari going, I'm happy I'm not going to see you guys anymore. And Wish taking her huge glass of wine and just
red wine,
and throwing it into Ari's face. And Ari being like, oh my God, that burns. I've never gotten alcohol thrown in my face. This is a new experience.
I mean, that's a pretty positive way to look at that.
Because I think she knew it was coming. It was so out of the blue. 1 minute, Wish is holding her glass of wine. The next minute, she's just throwing it in Ari's face. I think it was just so premeditated.
Well, because Ari said, I'm not marrying you, I'm marrying Bini. And she's like, if this is the last time I see you, that's the best. Or she said something like that.
Yeah, she's like, I'm glad,
and then
I'm
Wish
glad I don't
got
have to
pissed.
see you. Yeah. I'm so happy that it's done with because they've been teasing this wine splash since like 1972. And so finally, you can't replay it, okay? It's done. Let's move on. Let's start fresh. There's something new. Because, that's been like the big lead up this entire season.
And then we see the sisters talking to the cameras. And I don't respect what they said because they said, we don't respect them. They only have 90 days, so I hope they can't make it.
Yeah.
And this is so fucked up because, okay, maybe you don't like Ari, sure. What about your brother? What if he is happy? You don't wish happiness to him? You don't wish happiness so he can stay with his son?
What about your nephew? Yeah, right? Don't, stop being petty for a second. I get you don't get along necessarily with Ari, if that's true. But there's your brother. There's your brother's kid. You were so about him being with his kid, and now you're hoping that they split up? You're hoping they don't make it? What was the whole thing about you hoping he stays with his kid?
So fucked up.
The whole thing doesn't
you
make
want
sense.
Baby to return to Ethiopia because they didn't make it, but you know that the baby's gonna stay in the US, right?
Yeah.
It's so fucked
That's
up.
why I'm saying I'm glad I think this storyline has come to an end. Now let's see Baby live in the neighborhood with Fred and Janice and see what
I'm here for it.
crossword puzzles over Frosted Flakes. Like, let's
Yes.
see what they're doing. And that, I think, will be interesting. But c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Goodbye, Ethiopia.
Goodbye. All right. Let's move on to our next couple.
South Dakota.
Jibri and Miona.
All right. They are still at the airport in the parking lot.
Miona's just touched down in SD.
And
South
Jibri
Dakota.
is like showing off the red car. That's not even his.
It's his dad's.
He's like, okay, so this is the car. It's red.
This is where I washed myself.
He's like, so it's red because it can match the carpet. It's like, it's not why it's red, Jibri. It's because your dad bought it and that's the only thing you possibly can borrow because you don't have anything else.
Yeah. Well, because he spent all of his money on tchotchkes from Party City. He bought her a cowboy hat. He bought Miona cowboy boots. And here's the thing. That stuff's not cheap.
Okay. We've been to Nashville and
right.
all over the place.
All right, yeah.
Those boots did not look like real cowboy boots.
Oh, you don't think Miona's pink cowboy boots were legit?
You know why? Because I've tried so many of them on because I was going to buy them myself. The reason why I didn't is because because we live in Florida and I would literally wear them like once a year.
Yeah.
And those were like $300+.
Legit cowboy boots are so expensive.
Real leather.
Yeah.
Whatever she was putting on did not look like cowboy boots. Didn't have the shape. It didn't have the little heel.
Even though they weren't like broken in yet,
They
you
looked
can
like
tell.
kitty shoes,
They were
like
Party
fake
City
shoes.
cowboy boots. Yeah.
I almost feel like that's something you would buy at Target. That is like wannabe cowboy shoes, cowboy boots. Those weren't cowboy boots from the cowboy boot store. And again, the only reason why I know it is because we spent a good amount of time at one.
Yeah.
Going through all of them.
And we
they
walked out
all
because we
are
couldn't
like
afford it.
massive, like the heel and like, yes.
Well, honestly, I think you're trying to shame him for this. I think it's good if he didn't spend money on real cowboy boots because he doesn't have the money to spend.
I'm not shaming him. All I'm saying is that those boots look like kids' shoes.
Yeah.
Kids' shoes from Target. I think she has tiny. I think she has tiny feet.
She's playing dress up. It's a costume. Okay,
I know,
it's not
but
legit. She's playing dress up. It's not real. She's
But
not
if
gonna
I
go
was
work
gonna
the
get
farm.
her cowboy boots, at least get her something with a heel. She looks like a girl that loves a heel, right?
She didn't pick them
Most
out.
cowboy boots have heels.
She did not pick them out.
I know, he did, and that's why I'm judging him. I'm like, at least give her a heel.
Yeah.
I know you shopped at a kids section at Target. It was probably even cheaper, but get her something with a heel so she doesn't look like a child.
All right.
I'm telling you.
I trust you.
Looked like child
I
boots.
trust you. I'm just saying I'm glad he didn't spend real money on real cowboy boots because he doesn't have the money.
I don't think he has any money.
No. So they're driving through Rapid City. Miona is not thrilled. She's like, there is nothing here. And she'd tell us the camera, I didn't know much about Rapid City before coming here. But the thing I'm noticing, a lot of cars, nobody walking, and the buildings are one level. Right?
I mean, it's pretty bold to be called a rapid city in South Dakota.
I mean, there's probably rapids, like water. I would think.
Oh.
I would think. You thought like fast paced?
Yeah.
Yeah, like New York City's a rapid city.
Like, rapid city, let's go.
Now yeah. I thought the city would be a little more rapid.
But that's, let's say, if I'm
She's
Miona,
vapid city. How about that?
that's if I was like, oh, rapid city, it's gonna be fast life. I'm loving it. Everyone's moving. It's like, no.
I liked it. I liked what I saw.
Yeah.
I was kind of getting a little quaint vibes and Jibri's like, we can go ice skating here in the winter. And like,
I hate to say it, but I mean, I would maybe live.
That's where I
in
could
Rapid
picture, like, give us one or two good saloons, like a decent coffee shop or ice skating in the town center.
And this is probably going to sound very ignorant, so I'm going to apologize, but no, don't oh boy me.
Oh boy, please.
I've never seen the Dakotas as the cowboy country.
Yeah, I don't think the downtown is, but of course you go to the rural
Dakotas, not even Rapid City.
Oh yeah, you go to the rural areas.
Really?
It's a little more cowboy. You're
I
thinking Wyoming, Montana, right?
And Texas, yeah.
And Texas, yeah, sure. But they get home. Jibri's parents come in, give a warm welcome to Miona, and Father Brian's like, I like her. She seems sweet. She's nice.
And even Mahal, I was like, I like her more than I thought I would.
No, that's not what she said.
No?
She goes, I like her too. I didn't know if I wanted to like her.
Oh, you're right.
Like, whoa, like she came in there with preconceived notions of, I'm not going to like you.
Well,
Mahal was not being very open-minded.
She's met her before, like online.
She met her online
She's heard their
persona.
conversations. So she did have a picture in her head
I
of
know.
someone who yells at her son,
True.
someone who argues with her son. So
Fair.
I get it.
That's fair.
You
But
cannot be like, oh my gosh, this girl yells at my son, but I'm going to love her.
fair enough. And so it's even more impressive that they could put that behind them and go, you know what? I'm going to judge what's in front of me. And what's in front of me is this lovely lady. She's very nice, right? So good for them for being able to pivot a little bit and go, you know what? So far, so good. She's nice.
And they're having lasagnas for dinner. I do not like lasagnas.
Okay, here was my question, because Miona says, yeah, we eat lasagna like this, usually for celebrations, which this is. Do you remember your first meal in America?
Ooh. I don't, because the first time I came, I was like 15.
Okay.
It's been
What's the first meal you remember having in America?
Probably a donut.
Really? From Dunkin' Donuts or something?
I don't know.
There's nothing that like stands out in your mind. I remember, I feel like the first meal in Czech that I ate.
It's like 7 years ago. Not
True. Fair
not
enough.
17, which
Fair
is
enough.
me.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Kind of a letdown. I was expecting a good story, but
Well, I know that first time we came with my parents and we were traveling around the West Coast and Mexico, we had McDonald's several times, and we all hated it in a way. Not hated it, but we were like, this tastes like shit compared to the McDonald's that's in Czech.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheaper in
Here.
the US, but it just doesn't taste right.
I think they use different ingredients in Europe.
And so I remember that, and all of us, me, my dad, and my mom, we were like, oh, this is different.
Yeah. All right. Just wanted to know. So they're eating dinner. They're talking about Miona's first impression of America and prairie life. And you can tell she's not happy about it, right? She thinks it's just empty land. And Mother Mahala asks how Miona thinks she'll deal with the cold weather, with the winter coming. And Miona's like, well, we're going to leave. We're not going to stick around for that. And Jibri, what? No. We'll be here celebrating Christmas with my parents. Then there's Easter, Memorial Day, Labor Day. After that, we have Thanksgiving. Then Christmas comes back around. And we just start the whole thing. What do you mean? We're not leaving.
I get it. He's probably broke AF.
Yes.
Right? But I'm surprised that someone like him wants to stay there. It's not more like, you know what? Yeah, let's get out of here, but let's make sure we can. He's more like, wait, what? No, Christmas.
I don't think he's that.
Easter.
I don't think he's dumb. Yeah,
I never said he's dumb.
So I think he knows we have to stay here. We don't really have an option.
No, but in my head, I would think that, oh my gosh, the black syrups are back together.
Right.
Let's make it back to LA. Let's try our best. Let's get a job. Let's save our money. Let's do our best. In the meantime, he sounds like, man, this is good. Mom's house. Let's stay here and
That's
celebrate.
fair. Right, because we heard David.
Yeah, like he doesn't seem like someone who's eager to get out, as I would expect, because he is so not South Dakota. He's so LA with his persona and his music and all that, and that's cool. That's why I don't see him in South Dakota, and that's why I'm like, why do you want to stay there so bad? I get it, it's money.
Yeah.
But why don't you, instead of, we'll stay, why don't you just say, you know what, we'll figure it out, we'll go when we can, we'll try to make it happen.
Well, I think he's trying to play nice in front of his parents a little bit.
True.
And saying, you guys opened your home to us, we're staying here, we're not just going to leave at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, but I also feel like the parents are like, okay, well, TikTok, guys, TikTok.
Yeah. Well, Mother Mahala brings up some expectations that her and Brian have of Miona and Jibri around the house. And she wants them to cook once or twice a week. And Miona was like, sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
Like, it might not be gourmet, but we can try. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I misjudged you.
Yeah, no.
Miona.
Her personality was good.
Yeah, maybe I misjudged you. And I take that back. But she was at least playing it cool from the start and saying, yeah, we'll pitch in, we'll try, we'll
feel like
family.
she would probably end up doing some of it anyways, or cleaning, because if you're in the house and you have nothing else to do, like I always help your mom without, no one ever asked me to, and I always do. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that she would probably pick up a few things here and there too.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then they start talking about Miona not being able to work for a few months, and Mahala goes, well, Jibri says you're going to want to work on your career. So when you can work on it, what's it going to be? And Miona says, makeup, doing makeup on people, makeup line, start a business. And I think, tell me you're the foreigner and you've had conversations with my parents. I didn't think this line of questioning was out of line.
No.
I thought it was good, interesting conversation.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good too.
And Jibri's not really having it. He's like, whoa, like, why? This is rude. Like, why are we talking?
No, I thought it
about
was
this?
fun. I almost feel your parents did ask me some questions like that when we met.
Yeah. There's some people who are turned off when you're asked or when you ask, oh, what do you do for work? Or they think like, oh, I'm more than my job. I'm curious about that. I think that's interesting.
What do you mean?
Some people would think it's rude to ask, what do you do for work?
No, this is, okay. It's so American.
Oh, okay.
Czech people don't do that. And I cannot speak for other Euro peeps, but in Czech, you meet someone, you get to know them a little personally. Eventually, it's going to come out. But in the US, and this comes from experience too, like when I dated before I met you, right? Went on a date or even like met someone at the bar or so, and the person, first thing they were like, okay, where are you from? We hear the accent.
Yeah, natural question.
What do you do for a living?
So
And
I
if
think
I
that's
said,
I find
but
that
if I said I
fascinating.
was an au pair or like a nanny,
Yeah.
people looked at me like, ugh, so like you don't go to college.
But that's
you
on
don't have.
them. Like,
But this is, I think a lot of people ask these questions up front in the US.
to
I think-
judge?
I'm not saying to judge, just to know. Some people are judging. Some people are judging, not everyone.
Yeah.
But I think in Europe, people, they're a little more laid back. They may ask you, but it's not going to come out immediately. You're not going to meet someone and be like, so what do you do for a living?
Do you think that goes back to our live to work versus work to
Yeah.
live conversation? See, I find it fascinating. I think someone's job says interesting things about that person, right? Because there's so many interests or talents or skills, or I find it fascinating. I think maybe it'd be rude to say, oh, where'd you go to school? Because there's definitely a ranking system with schools.
Is
Did
there?
you go to Yale or did you go to
True.
community college? I think there's a ranking system. It
Yes.
should- I know you went to community college I don't think there should be a
But
ranking.
also, I got my 4-year degree afterwards.
No, exactly. So I don't think there should be necessarily a stigma attached, but I could see why maybe that's a little off-putting. Oh, where'd you go to school? Because you're kind of asking, ready to judge the answer.
Maybe.
I would never judge someone on their career. So,
No.
so maybe other people would, and that's why it's an off-putting question. But for me, I'm just curious. What do you do? How do you spend a 30-year day?
And I think a lot of people are like you, just curious, but I think a lot of people are a little judgy.
For sure.
And but I believe that the parents are just curious. They want to know,
Well, you're
Yeah.
engaged or married to my son.
yeah, who's broke. So what are you
What
going
are
to
you?
do?
Yeah, how are you going to provide? Because he's not gonna. Yeah, for sure. All right. Last couple, Emily, Kobe. Kobe just touched down in Kansas. Energy's good between them. Right off the bat, it seems you can see the connection. You see what's going on. It's nice. Emily still hasn't told Kobe the plan, though, about keeping him from his child
Yes.
one more day.
But he cannot wait to see Kobe, and that's why it's so sad. He's like, I can't wait to
Yeah.
see him.
Yeah, and Emily's like, all right, so I know you really want to see your son that you haven't ever met, but I haven't seen you in 2 years. We haven't had sex in 2 years, so I got you something I think you'd like. Go get my purse. Get my purse. Whenever you ask me to get your purse from the back seat, there's never panties in there. You always want like a mint or hand sanitizer. So I never reach in there and find a thong.
That's very true.
You know,
Maybe
come on,
one
surprise
day.
me. Yeah, surprise me once
Maybe
in a
one
while.
day.
So he gets the purse and she whips out her panties. And Kobe's like, all right, this is hot. I can't wait to see this on you right after I see my son. Like, you know, she's trying to distract him and get him all worked up, but he still wants to see his son. And he tells the camera, you know, in China, I used to put a little underwear on and dance around for her. And our relationship was very physical, but we've both changed. And so I hope what we experienced in China will continue. And so Emily asks Kobe, is it okay if we do a date night, if we stay somewhere, just the two of us, before going home? And this is where it gets sad. Kobe goes, I thought we were going to meet Coben today.
Coben.
Coben, 19, yeah.
You're saying Coben.
Coben, 19. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, he was thinking about it the entire plane ride.
Oh, Absolutely.
Right?
He's been thinking about it for the past 2 years.
Since, right, or how 18 months or however old Coben is. Yeah, the minute he found out he was a father, he's probably like, I can't wait to see my kid.
Mm-hmm.
I've banged you before. I'll bang you again. I want to meet my kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Emily's like, I know, but don't you want a date night? No, he wants to meet his kid.
I honestly, this is what my whole spiel was at the beginning of the podcast when I was saying, all right, so I thought they're going to stay in KC, bang it out, go to Salina. No, they're going to Salina. They're going to have the mommy and daddy time, as they said, but they are in a restaurant in Salina.
Yeah, and you could probably hear COVID-19 crying from down the street.
Why didn't you go home, see Coben, put him to bed like the parents that you are, and then go and have your mommy and daddy time? Literally.
Yeah.
I did not get this.
And I get it because I don't think Kobe would want to leave. I guess once Coben went to sleep, sure. But yeah, I'm with you. I thought they were going to stay 2 hours away. And even then, Kobe would say, I'm so close. Let's just drive the 2 hours. No, they're even closer. They're literally 2 minutes away.
Down the street, right? But anyways,
yeah.
Coben agreed to the mommy and daddy time. So they're at the restaurant and he feels like, oh, something's a little off. I am the only black person here.
And it's a similar feeling he had in China.
Yes.
Right. And he gets very real and honest and it's very sad. And he goes, in China, people looked at us as less of a human.
Which is very sad.
It's very sad. And you could see he's never been to America before. He doesn't know how he's going to be looked at here. Mm-hmm. And Emily says, are you uncomfortable? And he says, yeah. To be honest, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, there must be other people. At least one more. Oh, look.
There's a black person right there.
Another black person.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. The whole thing was like a little, all right.
It was, but like, I get it. He just got here and he went from being in Africa.
Right.
To being in Salina. And I've never been to Salina, but Emily said there are not a lot of black people. So I get it. He may feel out of place.
I completely get him feeling out of place.
But it shouldn't matter if you are black or white or orange or purple or whatever.
That's a bigger conversation.
It is, but
people are going to look at him. People are going to look at him and go, oh, he stands out.
Yes, but they shouldn't.
Of course not.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Of course not. But when he said that, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad you are comfortable enough to admit that you are uncomfortable, right? Because you could easily just bury it deep down and not be honest about it. But I was glad he was like, no, I am. Like, honestly, I am uncomfortable. But so then Emily asks about the cafe. Remember when Kobe invested in a cafe? And she wants to know, did you sell it? And did you lose any money on it?
So apparently he only invested $2,000 and he got it all back.
Yeah, he sold it and he got his money back to come to the States. So that's good, right?
If it's true.
That's good if it's true. Emily wants to know how much money. Okay, you said you got the $2,000 back. How much did you bring with you? And Kobe goes, it's a surprise. And Emily tells the camera, I'm worried that he's not saying how much he has. I think it's because of his pride. And Emily goes, I don't want to pay for everything. And what we learned is apparently Kobe paid for almost everything in China, right?
I'm sure he must have made some money in China.
As an underwear model?
Yeah.
I'm sure he made money. Whatever. Say he's got the $2,000, say he's got less. Emily going, I don't want to pay for everything. It's only fair. You guys just said he paid for everything when you were in China, so now it's your turn.
Plus, he is here on the K1 visa, which means he cannot work. You have to take care of him. I know it sounds ridiculous, but those are the rules. I hope he brought some money too because they have a child, right? And she's a nanny as far as we know. And so, yeah, they definitely need more income.
But isn't it only fair that if he took care of her in China, you could take care of him in America for now?
But they have a child. Let's not forget that. And being a nanny, you can make good money, but I don't think she can work full time as some nannies because of the child. Like I think she maybe, I think she mentioned that she brings the child with her. She works around it. But I don't think she's a full-time nanny.
Yeah. Well, Kobe goes, what do you have to pay for? And this is what bothered me. She goes, my ring. I don't want to have to pay for my own ring. I think it's illegal to get married without a ring. It's not illegal.
But she was talking engagement ring, not even a wedding band.
But she has a ring.
Well, apparently it's
she's
fake.
she's shitting on it, and it's like, oh yeah, I need a better ring. You guys know you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have lucrative jobs. Like, you guys are spending money where you shouldn't be spending money, right? And take the ring you have now. You could upgrade it later if it's that important for you to have this blinging ring.
Mm-hmm. She's a money slut.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. So that's it. That's the episode. It was a good episode.
That was a good episode. I'm loving this 90-day OG.
I'm liking this season so far.
I'm loving this season so
We didn't
far.
have Kara and Guillermo this episode, but I'm sure they're just making out somewhere.
And we might see a new couple
Patrick.
next time.
And Thias, maybe?
Is
Thias?
that the last new couple?
Yeah, from Austin. JCATX.
Austin, Texas.
Patrick, Austin, Texas. Yeah.
What a great review, by the way.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Speaking of the reviews, thank you. If you haven't left one, please do. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Smash that follow button, okay? Make sure you're following the podcast. It's so easy to do. Look down. Smash that follow button.
Smash it like it's as hot as this season so far.
Woo-wee. Yes. Okay, that is it. It brings us to the end. Have you said it all?
I've said it all.
I've said it all too. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.